Okay, so big respect to Henry Eshelman because, he just sent me Exposure, right? This is from Peter Cannon, who wrote and directed it, right? It is produced by Tanner Swartz and Jordan McCord Scorza and Avery Chong Melino. It's co-produced by Mike Shafir. Michelle Kwan handles the cinematography. Joel Blacker edits the piece. Lisa Essery is on casting. Sarah Cole, production design. Art direction is handled by Tyler Lumen. Gabriel Bruce, set decoration. Costume design is Catalina Elgatista. And hair and makeup, we have Arlene Martinez and Blaine Welty. Our cast, well, Tanner is played by Douglas Smith. Nicole is played by Margo Harshman. Then we've got Pat, played by Kevin McCorkle. Izzy is played by Ryan Whitney. Got Lily, Nicole's best friend, played by Chanel Miniford. Angelo, played by Gary Pooh. Sophia is played by Rennie Aston. There's Charlie, played by Alex Feldman. Ezekiel, played by Abraham Rodriguez. Got the Doctor, Dr. Kevorkian, played by Jay Bingham. Yeah, that's it, right? The gist of this is years ago. Oh, where have we gone? Crap. Okay, this is a pain in the arse. Sorry, let's get to where we need to get to. God damn it. This is so frustrating. Okay, right, let's go. So the film is about this. Years ago, Tanner was kidnapped, tortured, and poisoned by an unknown assailant. After being inexplicably freed, he was left obsessed with the idea that his kidnapper was still out to get him. Oh my gosh, sorry, people. Day in and day out, Tanner's compulsive checking to confirm that his house is secure and his food is safe to eat slowly erodes his relationship with his patient and caring wife, Nicole. One day, Nicole hears that the man who assaulted Tanner was released from prison earlier than expected, and Tanner's obsession spirals out of control. To save her marriage, Nicole forces him to face his fears head on with exposure therapy, and ultimately to confront the fact that he's experiencing obsessive compulsive disorder. Reluctant at first, he takes to it well and perhaps to a frightening, dangerous level. So this film was crazy, and watching it, you know what I mean? You just think, yo, Cannon must have, like, how did he get to understand everything like this? Because it was great. Right now, this is what Peter Cannon says. I've dealt with obsessive compulsive disorder for over a decade. Over the years, the media has served up an oversimplified version of OCD. To the average person, one that downplays the relentless terror that plagues 1% of the entire population. Exposure takes the intricacies, nuances, and forms the disorder takes and presents them in the way a sufferer all too often experiences it, so that those who don't can better understand the experience. The story shows OCD in a few of its many incarnations, all with the unifying factor of a specific, repetitive, mind consuming fear. The ultimate goal for any sufferer of obsession is the acceptance of a difficult truth. Their worst fear can absolutely happen. And to keep living is to tolerate that. Underneath the suspense, drama, and horror, exposure is about a man who learns that clinging to safety can ruin his life just as much as any perceived threat could. It's an idea that can make sense to anybody who internalizing it is a steep ask for the average person, let alone someone tormented by this disorder. Which, man, I think Cannon nails it. When we first meet Tanner, right, he's at work. And then suddenly he's got this compulsion that his food is poisoned. He's checking his gums, he's having palpitations, and he goes to the doctors, and you can tell he's been to that doctor a lot, right? And the doctor's just, I don't know what to do. I don't know how I can help you, right? And he eventually prescribes him some tablets. And we just, we see Nicole trying different things to help him, right? Being crazy supportive, but Hannah is just spiraling, and the crazy thing is, I think, in the States, you have to pay for, getting picked up by the ambulance, everything. So you can see how Tanner having, these episodes, right, getting taken to hospital, how financially crippling all of that can be. She's working double shifts. We're really seeing like the strain on the relationship. And I think what is really good about this is, a lot of times in films, when we see someone go into therapy, it's like just a really easy acceptance. Okay, yeah, I'll go. Right. And then when they're there, it's just like, oh, yeah, this is working. And, everything kind of goes pretty smooth, and then by the end of the film, they're fixed. And it always seems like this crazy short arc of recovery where exposure, it doesn't do that, right? Like big things are the only, impetus to send Hannah to this group, essentially. And then we see him fighting every step of the way, right? Not wanting. And once he does get on board, it's at a level and rate that feels just crazy, right? And it does seem that he's replaced the OCD with a new OCD. You know what I mean? So it's interesting because we're watching Tanner supposedly get better, but is he getting better? What's going on? Right? Can anything trip him up? What's the situation? And so we see that. And the other great thing is we're watching how what's happened to Tanner is affecting Nicole, right? Affecting his wife. There's a moment when at the beginning when she kisses him at night, and then we see him pulling away, and just how crestfallen, how heartbroken like Nicole is. We see those moments. It's just, man, it really reels you in because you buy this experience, right? You buy that Tanner is going through this relentless, nightmare, right? Living and asleep. And then we get these weird kind of dream sequences, which, man, there's one when Nicole walks through a door and it's crazy because at first you're just like, there's everything you've seen, you believe that what you've just seen is true, right? And then we realize, oh, it's a dream sequence. But you're just like, fuck. There's anything is on the table right now, you know? And it's just played really well. Like, we get what's happening to Nicole, but also Nicole's friends, right? Who are seeing her go through this thing. And some things might seem a little harsh, but I think you understand when you put yourself in everyone's shoes and you look at it from all of these different perspectives, you really do understand a lot of these different realities that, everyone's in. So it's just, man, like to get a film like this that does it so well is fantastic, right? There's so many, and I've said it so many times, right? If you've been listening to this from day one, right? A pet peeve is in a film when someone is drunk or on drugs, and it's just dreadful. The portrayals are horrible, right? It's just not believable. But this, man, is so fucking believable, right? So like the remorse, the shame of the after effects of everything, how people are then rationalizing all of this. And we see some of the other people, what they're going through in the group, right? In the therapy group, right? Some of those different things, so we see so many different like afflictions. And so it's interesting seeing how all these people are coping, right? And the acceptance of some of those things, it's meant to be an open place to share, but I mean, everyone's got baggage, so everyone's going to perceive something in a different way. Boy, Peter Cannon has killed it with this film. My God. My God. It's just, man, he's just done a fantastic frigging job. It is, yeah, I'm blown away. I'm really happy Henry sent this to me. You know what I mean? Because you do not see a whole heap of films like this, right? This level of just realism, you know? And the way the actors have put together these performances is fantastic, right? So this, it's on the festival circuit at the moment, right? But if I can find actual release info, I will put that on the website, or at least the next festivals that it might be playing at. So yeah, that information will be there. So go check the website, people, because you need to check this film out, right? You need to check this film out. Exposure is sensational.